5X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I want you to tap that like button as you come through the door. And if you're new to the channel, I would like to officially welcome you to the channel. I'm your brother, Mr. Real Talk. And this is your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. That's all we doing over here, coming together as brothers and sisters and we giving it our best attempt at righteousness. You can only give what you got. You can only give what you got. And whatever we got, we taking all of it and turning back to the Most High in Him alone. Nobody else. And that's the kind of lens that we look at everything through. We filter everything through that lens right there. Old Testament only, Torah only, Tanakh only, Yahweh only, Yah only, Yahuwah only. Y'all know who we talking about. Most High only, OT only. It's not a soul out there. You won't be able to come to this channel and stay more than 10 minutes and not understand that we only serve Yahweh and Him alone, nobody else, the Most High alone. We got Truth Hurts in the building. Truth Hurts says, hey, Mr. Real Talk, all praises to the Most High alone. What's going on, Truth Hurts? Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. Hope you're having a well day. Hope you're having an absolutely splendid day. I know I am. I know I am. Yes, indeed. Nice and cool out. The wind is blowing. Had me some good old pancakes today. Yeah, I'm having an absolute lovely day. Got me a good jog in earlier. Got my 2 miles in there. Having a splendid day, I say. Splendid day, mate. Truth Hurt says chilling. Having a very fine day. That's right. That's what I like to hear. Like Toyota. Oh, what a feeling. Truth Hurt says chilling. Having a very fine day. Thanks and yes, the one and only. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I want all of the family to have. I want all of y'all to have, like Truth Hurt says, having a very fine day. Not just a fine day. A very fine day. I want everybody on this live stream, whether you're watching on the live stream, whether you catch it on the playback, I want you to have a very fine day. You know what I mean? I told y'all, all my brothers and sisters out there, you trying to turn back to the Most High only, that's what we all trying to do. I want all of y'all, including myself, to get what it is we want out of this life. And I don't even have to say in righteousness. I'm not talking nothing wicked. Y'all know what I mean. But sometimes we have new people popping up. You never know when you might have new people popping up. They may hear me say something and they might not actually know exactly what I'm talking about. So sometimes you got to give extra clarification. You know what I mean? Look, you don't have to. But if you care to a certain degree, you may feel compelled to. Truth Hurt says, Just grateful to the Holy One of Israel that I can see things crystal clear. Oh, buddy, old pal. Hallelujah. 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 All praises to the Most High and Him alone, the Mighty One. Oh, yeah. Hey, Truth Hurts. I feel you on that, fam. Truth Hurts. I feel you on that. I also, like yourself, am very grateful that I can see things crystal clear. And we always going to be learning, and we always going to be a work in progress. But there's some things that we've been informed of through the Spirit of the Most High God. He's just taking us to a whole nother level. And it allows our vision to be crystal clear. It's very powerful. And especially in these times that we are in, as of right now, very powerful. Very powerful. I want to talk to y'all this early evening. This early evening. Yeah. I want to know what y'all think, family. Now, YouTube says we got 5 people in here. Shelly Vasquez in his house. What's going on, Shelly Vasquez? Shelly Vasquez says, Tavex fam. Good to see you, Shelly. Shelly Shell. Always good to see you. Truth Her says, Mr. Real Talk, we need to start using the Most High's old names too, like the Ancient of Days. Strike some fear in these heathens' hearts. Hey, Truth Hurts, I feel you, Truth Hurts. I definitely feel you. You know what? That will strike some Shelly Vasquez says, sing it, Good to see y'all coming in, fam. Much love to y'all. Y'all know I love y'all, right? I love everybody here in this live stream, whether you commenting or not. I know you in here. And I got nothing but love. Nothing but love for you. Shout out to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered into all nations, baby. I like that. I'm going to read that again. Truth Heard says, Mr. Real Talk, we need to start using the Most High's old names too, like the Ancient of Days. Strike some fear in these heathens' hearts. Hey, Truth Hurts, I like the way you think, sis. I like the way you think. Shelly Vasquez says, sing it, We got Yeshiva the Hebrew. Shalom, family. I pray all is well with everyone. Well, a good shalom to you, Yeshiva the Hebrew. And we pray all is well with yous as well. And that's what I got to do. I'm glad I see y'all in here too, Yeshiva the Hebrew and Shelly Vasquez. I think it was because it was early this morning. Excuse me. I've been up since the early morning. And I saw Earth's Healing Angels, one of her videos early this morning. And that's when I became really aware that Shelly Vasquez, if I'm not mistaken, has a channel. And if I'm not mistaken, Yeshiva the Hebrew has a channel, if I'm not mistaken. Before this day is over, y'all, I will definitely go over there and subscribe to y'all channel. Hey, can y'all put y'all name of your channel in the chat so we all can see it and so I can speak it out loud so maybe other people can hear it and they'll know where to go to? Because I'm definitely going to subscribe to y'all channel. That's something I be wanting y'all to do too, y'all. Anybody who's on this live right now, or if you catch it on the playback, If you have a YouTube channel, you can come under any one of my videos. It doesn't matter whether it's an old live stream or upload. Go to the comment section and let us know. Say, hey, y'all, I got my channel up and going. Subscribe to my channel, and we will all come over there and support your channel. That's what it's about right there. But I like that Truth Hurts said, let's start using the Most High's old names too, like the Ancient of Days. Strike some fear in these heathens' hearts. I like that. I definitely do. Shelly Vasquez says, good to see you too. How are you this evening? Absolutely wonderful, Shelly. I believe, you know what? I think that everybody, at least for right now, we're doing wonderful. Is it safe to say? Is it safe to say that? Shelly Vasquez says, at Truth Hurts 100. Yeah, I like that. You like that too, right, Shelly Vasquez? We like what Truth Hurts saying. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, I'm not sure how I feel, but it's coming either way right. Okay, facts. That is facts. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, I love you too. Shelly Vasquez says, at Yeshiva the Hebrew, Shalom, sis. Truth Hurts says, much love, fam. And we linking on similar wavelengths too. A righteous hive mind. That's right. Bring it out, Truth Hurts. Truth Hurts. Bring it out, sis. Read. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shalom, Shelly Vasquez, loving emoji. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, loving emoji. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, yes, I didn't know if I was going to keep it going, but their encouragement from the family means everything right now. That's right. And that's what we are here to do as a family. We look out for each other. We uplift each other. That's what brothers and sisters are made for. Adversity. Shelly Vasquez says, yes, I do have a channel. Thank you so much, no problemo. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, thank you. No problema. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, how you doing today, Mr. Real Talk? Well, Yeshiva the Hebrew, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Been up since early this morning. Hung out with my young ones. You know what I mean? My young relatives. Got my good exercise on today. You know, everything is rolling on track. Then I'm tapping in with the Hebrew family right now. So I'm having an absolutely supercalifragilisticexpialidocious kind of day. Can you dig it? Yeah, y'all ain't know hood niggas use words like that, did you? That's right. That's how I'm feeling today, fam. And I hope every last one of yous, that's right, every last one of yous is feeling the same. I hope and I pray. That's right. Shelly Vasquez says, I do like what Truth is saying. Exclamation mark. That's right. That's right. I'm really feeling what Truth was saying. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, souls need to come back home to Yah. They're lost in Wonderland. You ain't never lied about that, Yeshiva the Hebrew. You ain't never lied about that. Shelly Vasquez says, at Yeshiva the Hebrew, I am glad you are going to continue on with your channel, sis. We need your voice. You bring powerful insights. That's right. I'm glad we all are able to help encourage the sister too. That's right. That's right. What a wonderful thing the brotherhood and sisterhood is. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, laughing emoji, I can dig it. That's right. Truth Her says, Mr. Real Talk, the mighty one of Jacob blessed you with a lovely singing voice gonna hit us with a quick hymn. Laugh out loud. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shelly Vasquez, thank you. That's right. I love the brotherhood and the sisterhood, y'all. I really do. And thank you for those wonderful, kind words. Truth hurts. I really appreciate it. Shelly Vasquez says, yes. When you gonna drop your album, Ak? Hey, y'all, don't tempt me, y'all. Don't tempt your brother. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I definitely do feel like going in sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Truth hurts, says I find myself singing all the time too. Truth hurts, says I find myself singing all the time too. I think it's a part of our remembering. You know what? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? Hey, Truth Hurts, I think you might be on to something, Truth Hurts. You might be on to something, Truth Hurts. And music is very spiritual. I hear the birds outside chirping to confirm what you said. I don't know if you can hear that bird chirping. I hear him, though. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shelly Vasquez, y'all confirmed so much from your channel the other day. So fast to me, right on time. Keep going. Powerful channel, by the way. Oh, yeah, I got to get over there and subscribe to that. Hey, y'all, please do me a favor, y'all. Everybody that can hear this live right now, Shelly Vasquez, Yeshiva the Hebrew, and anybody else on here, if y'all got a channel, when this live uploads right here, please, y'all, come back in the comment section and post the link to your channel so that I can subscribe to it and so that other brothers and sisters will see it and that they can come through and subscribe too. And you know what, Hebrews? I ain't gonna say I will though, because I can't I don't want y'all to hold me to it, right? But I don't know. Maybe if I could find a good studio somewhere in the DMV, I might go in there and just make me a song and record me a song or something. I gotta look into studios in the DMV. A good one too. Go find me a good studio out here in the DMV somewhere. Go in there and make a song. Yeah. And then of course I'm gonna come on here and upload that joint, of course. Let the brothers and the sisters check it out. And music is a big part of us. Truth Hurts says, at Shelly Vasquez, when someone does a call-in show, maybe, if I'm brave enough. Y'all know what? I thought about that at some point too, but I don't know exactly how that would work. I don't know how that exactly would work, but maybe at some point I'll look into that as well. But one thing I'm definitely going to be doing in the coming, most high willing, in the coming months, I'm going to have to go ahead and bite the bullet and get probably get a membership to stream, y'all. I'm gonna have brothers and sisters come on the live You know what I'm saying? And that's whether you got something you want to say to everybody, whether you want to read something to everybody, say something to everybody. I mean, you might want to sing, whatever you want to do. Maybe you just want to congregate. Maybe you want to chop it up. We can all be on together. I don't know. Different kind of things. But coming down the line, I'm definitely going to have to get a membership to StreamYard because I'm going to need that. And once I do that, you know, for those of you who are not afraid to show your face, you'll be more than welcome to come on my channel. But also there's a mode where you can come on the channel and you don't have to show your face. You can just keep your logo up there and we can hear your voice. We'll do it that way. If we was on StreamYard today, I would definitely do that because I want to know what y'all got to say. We about to talk about it for a little bit, and then I'm going to let y'all go. Shelly Vasquez says, at Yeshiva the Hebrew, thank you so much, sis. All praises to the Most High Yah. He brings forth the truth through you and so many in this community. I really enjoy your channel, sis. Hallelujah. Hey, y'all, please don't forget, y'all, when this live stream uploads, please come back in the comment section and leave the link to your channel so we can all watch your video and subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget, y'all. Shelly Vasquez says, at Truth Hurts, I believe in you. That's right. Truth Hurts says, I love this fellowship, heart emoji. Hey, Truth Hurts, who you telling, yo? Who you telling, Truth Hurts? I love this fellowship as well. I love the brotherhood. I love the sisterhood. I love the familyhood. I'm telling you, I don't even have words to express how much I love the brotherhood and sisterhood. To be a part of it, to see it, like it's, I don't have words for it. And one thing I want to ask the brotherhood and the sisterhood right now, also be on the lookout, family. September 13th, we're going to do it's going to be a Daughters of Zion live stream. And I'm going to have one for the brothers too in the month of September as well. I'm not quite sure yet if we'll do it the week before that or the week after. But I'll let you know this week. But September 13th, that's going to be a Daughters of Zion live stream. It's going to be dedicated to them. So if you are one of the Daughters of Zion, if you can make it, Saturday, September 13th, probably going to be like around, I'm thinking like 5:30. If you can make it, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be for you. Shelly Vasquez says Yeshiva the Hebrews channel is, and there's the link right there. Y'all check that out. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, if you sing, I'll sing. Shelly Vasquez says, at Yeshiva the Hebrew, I agree with you, sis. Yah's definitely coming through everyone that he chose and those who decide to serve him with all his heart. Indeed he is. Shelly Vasquez says, I mean with all their heart. I agree with you, Shelly. We got Shelly Vasquez. Shelly Vasquez says, all right, I will be there. You are very kind. Well, Shelly Vasquez, that goes right back to you. You are very kind as well. I appreciate your support, sis. And I look forward to seeing you. Truth Hurts says the Daughters of Zion are precious to the Most High. That's right. Indubitably. Indubitably. The Daughters of Zion are very precious to the Most High. All praises to the Most High God for all of y'all. Now, I want to ask y'all this. Daughters of Zion in here rolling deep like the mob up in here. I want to ask y'all this. What are your thoughts? Yeshiva the Hebrew says, yes, isn't he? He is. I'm asking everybody in here that's not afraid to comment. What are your thoughts on this whole 3-eye atlas thing? At first they said it was just a rock. First they said it was just a meteor or asteroid and meteor, whatever one you want to say. And then they very, very quickly found out, according to all that they know of meteors or asteroids, whatever, it's neither of those. Behaving in ways that are totally polar opposite of comets. That's what it was. They thought it was a comet at first. They tried to say, oh, that's a comet. But then as quick as they tried to say that, they quickly realized that this was not just a comet. And now there's all kind of course there's going to be conspiracy theories going around or something of that magnitude. People just running east and running west with it because it's a big deal. They're saying that this 3-eye atlas rock is big as Manhattan, New York. A rock floating up there. They said that this thing came from another galaxy or something like that. Are y'all hearing this? I don't know. I know some people know about this. I'm guessing some people might not know. Some people know about 3-eye atlas. Some people don't. Some people say, oh man, it's nothing to see here. It's just nothing. This is what I'm saying. With all of the so-called intelligent men of the earth, the scientists and the people in space, so-called space exploration, NASA, the people who watch the stars, the moon with telescopes and all of this, they're saying that with the knowledge that they do have and the sight that they do have, they're saying that this thing is not from our galaxy. They're saying that this thing, that's why they're calling it 3-eye atlas. 3, because this is only the 3rd time in known history that something like this is been done, and it's coming from interstellar. That means another place, not this galaxy. Family, do you, regardless of what this is, who this is, if this is even a who or a whatever this is, it ain't nothing that nobody can tell me that this ain't some kind of sign. First of all, it's in the heavens, flying around in the heavens, and it's going to be producing light. Lights in the heavens are for signs. Is that not Genesis 1:14? I believe. Okay? I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nobody on earth going to convince me that this is not a sign and a wonder. They saying that this thing is not even from our galaxy. Y'all, this is almost like something like out of a superhero movie, an alien movie, a DC Comics, Marvel Universe kind of thing we got going here. They're saying that this thing came, then they were saying that this thing was giving off light from the inside. Let that resonate. And I know a lot of these people, because the first thing people are going to say, oh man, they making it up, they lying. Now look, do these people lie about everything? Of course they do. But sometimes they tell you the truth, okay? Nobody can tell anybody 100% lies and have you be believed. They got to sprinkle some truth in there. Every now and again, they will be honest and tell you the truth. They're saying that this thing is giving off light from the inside. And they even said some of the outside structure, it doesn't look natural. Do you know what that would mean? Can you even comprehend what that means? Hey fam, now look, it could be nothing. But I doubt it. With all that's been going on the earth, with all that's been going on in the heavens with the moon, all the other planets, the stars. In the last 16 months, 7 planets then perfectly lined up in a straight line, like multiple times, y'all. My whole life growing up, I've never seen nothing like that. But I know in the last 12 to 16 months, there've been like 3 to 4 planetary alignments when 7 planets all line up in one line, single file formation. If you think that that doesn't mean something significant, if you think that that doesn't change the frequency and the vibration of the earth and the atmosphere around the earth, if you don't think that that has a major effect on that, if you don't think that the new moon and the black moon that just happened like a week or two ago, if you don't think all of that has something to do with all of this, if you can't see that whatever this 3-eye atlas thing is, some people are saying they think it's an unmanned scouting piece of material from God knows where. Some people say they think that that is a manned, it's a manned vehicle. Look, I'm not saying any of these things. I'm saying it's something, okay? And they spotted this thing for the first time in like July. And they're saying, I want to say, they say December 17th. It's supposed to be like the end all be all, where if you're going to be able to see something, you'll be able to see it. Also, they said something about October 29th through the 31st. You could be able to see something out there without a telescope, with a naked eye, depending on what kind of night it is out there. And they're saying that this thing, y'all, this is what they're claiming. They're saying it's billions of years old, millions of years old, something like that. Look, whatever it is, this thing is not from your galaxy. Let that sink in. They said that this thing is ancient. They say that this thing is ancient. Y'all, do you hear this? And they said that this thing has been traveling across. It ain't even from our universe or galaxy. Now it's here. They say it's been traveling for millions or billions of years. And it just so happened to be the time we are alive on planet Earth. Now it wants to come past. And y'all, if y'all can't see what times we living in, y'all, if y'all cannot see, look, I'm not telling you that this is something, or I'm not saying that it's nothing. What I'm telling you is, one thing it is, Genesis 1 and 14. Okay? It's up there in the heavens. This is going to be a spectacle for anybody who's able to lay eyes on this thing. They say that this thing is big as Manhattan, New York. Last I checked, it was going at 120,000 miles per hour. All of the scientists, whether they're NASA or other people, even though I know these people lie, sometimes they tell the truth, okay? And all kind of observations, telescopes, Hubble scopes, all kind of stuff, saying that this thing was giving off lights on the outside. Then they saying it was giving off internal heat and light, like from the inside. They said this thing was acting intelligent, not just a random rock. Y'all, do y'all know what this means? Only the Most High God knows what that thing is. And you know one thing? This is what they said now. Absolutely no threat of this thing hitting the earth. No way, no how. That's what they said. But look, I'm just putting this out there. If they knew that a comet was getting ready to slam into planet Earth, do you think that they would tell you? If they knew that this Earth was getting ready to get bombarded with a comet that's been traveling for billions of years, do you think they would tell us? Now look, I'm not saying that this thing is going to hit the earth. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't believe just because they say absolutely no chance it'll hit the earth. Just because they say that doesn't mean that. You think that they would tell you? This is what I'm telling you. I wouldn't be surprised that look, if nothing happens and you just see it pass by in the sky, I wouldn't be surprised. But if something did happen, and you'd be like, yo, Mr. Real Talk, what do you mean? If something did happen? Something like what? I don't know. I don't know. But let's just say something did happen. Whatever that means, I don't know. But if something did happen, I wouldn't be surprised either. The times that we are living in, Hebrew, and knowing that it's only a remnant of people who going to turn to the Most High, and knowing that number could already be reached or very close to, I don't know, but it's not going to be many people that turn back. And as soon as the people who are going to turn back do, the Most High is going to unleash all hell on this earth. You never know what this could be, y'all. Look, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it'll just be something to see. But even if it is just something to see streaking across the sky as big as Manhattan, going 120,000 miles per hour, it's still going to be a sight to see, and that will also be a sign right there. And Most High help planet Earth if that thing happened to slam into planet Earth. Or I do you another one. If that thing pulled up to planet Earth, slammed in, and then some kind of things start coming out of that bad boy. Hey, look, oh man, what is he talking about? He talking crazy now. Am I? Am I talking crazy? Because one thing that I do understand, this world ain't nothing like what they told us. They lie about everything. Every now and again, they'll tell you the truth. This world ain't nothing like what they told us. And there are all kind of beings on this earth, believe it or not. There are things on this earth already that are not human. And people will piss their pants. People will piss their pants. You would have to go back to the drawing board with everything that you thought you knew, me included. See, one thing, people can hide information. You can bury information. You can erase the prophecies out of the books. But you cannot stop whatever's supposed to happen. You cannot stop that from happening. And one thing I know, this world is being judged right now. And it's going down. I want to know, what do you, brothers and sisters, think about this 3-Eye Atlas? I want to know your thoughts. And look, let us know whatever it is. It ain't nothing that's quote unquote too wild and crazy. We want to hear it. Whatever you're thinking, let us know in the chat. What do you make of this 3-Eye Atlas? Do you think it's just a regular comet? Do you think it's nothing to see here? Or maybe you never even heard about this. Maybe this is your very first time hearing about this. Or maybe you think it's whatever. We're not going to make fun of you. We're not going to ostracize you, because this is real. Okay? And only the Most High knows what this thing is and what's going to happen when and if it gets in proximity of planet Earth. And they say, which is definitely on the way as we speak, traveling 120,000 miles an hour. And they said it seems as if it's very intelligent. They said this thing is older than planet Earth. That's what they were saying. This thing looks like it's older than planet Earth. And they said it looks like it got light coming from the inside. Hey, y'all, this thing is acting the total polar opposite of comets, y'all. Let me read some of these comments, though. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, that's right. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, honestly, that some beings are coming to the planet. Okay, Yeshiva the Hebrew. Yeshiva the Hebrew says she thinks that some beings are coming to the planet. Okay. Yeshiva the Hebrew says it could be something destructive. It definitely could. Truth Hurt says, remember they strongly suggested to the world this sentiment, don't look up. I remember that. Yeah, another Hollywood flop. But still, whatever they say, I do the opposite. Better look up with three eyes if you have them. Bring it out. Absolutely right. I'm definitely paying attention, and I've been watching the stars, watching the moon. I've been watching the heavens. I really became fascinated with it probably back in 2012. I didn't know it at the time though, but that's when it started for me, 2012. I just didn't know it. Nature is something else, y'all. Shelly Vasquez says a lot of signs and wonders happening in the skies in day and in night. Yeah, it is, y'all. A whole lot. Shelly Vasquez says, at Truth Hurts, I gotta watch that now. They Live is another good one that tells on themselves. Shelly Vasquez says, at Mr. Real Talk, do you think it is a chariot and they call it a comet? And you know what, Shelly Vasquez? I don't know. I mean, it might be. The way I'm looking at it, Shelly Vasquez, I look at it as anything is possible. I never say never no more, because I know what is sham reality that we've been sold is, and the actual real reality is something so far from what we know and understand and believe. It's ridiculous. So I never say never. I don't know what this thing is. I guess we'll all find out. But it could be Shelly Vasquez. Truth Hurt says, yes, Shelly. And why name it 3? Eye. The third eye is a spiritual eye, so you need 3 eyes to see what it truly is. They always play in our faces. Oh, they love to do that. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shelly Vasquez, very good question. Shelly says, at Truth Hurts, I agree with you. The veil is thinning too, so all things are going to get revealed. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Truth Hurts, wow. Truth Hurts says, the heavens are for signs and for seasons. Genesis 1:14. That's right. I remember that was a very heated topic. Excuse me. Back before we had the total solar eclipse, April the 8th, 2024. Signs and wonders in the heaven. That was a very heated topic in the nation of Israel. And on this channel, we definitely pay attention to the signs and wonders, and we know. So we take it serious, and we know that either way, regardless if something happens or not, this is truly a sign. Shelly Vasquez says, at Truth Hurts, thank you for the precept. Truth Hurts says, you're welcome, Shelly. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, the Father made some of the angels very unique looking. Think about the wheels in the book of Ezekiel. Can you imagine seeing something like that up close? Hell no. Hell no, I can't imagine seeing something like that. Not without losing my mind. Truth Hurts says, I don't know anything for sure because the enemy has weakened the nations, including us. But I'll say this, swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. That's right. That's right. All I know is, like you said, I can't say anything for sure. I'm not ruling nothing in. I'm not ruling nothing out. And that's how we all got to the point where we at now. You won't even be able to get to the point where you serve Yahweh only if you didn't have an open mind. It takes an open mind to be able to receive the truth that is Yahweh only. And we still got to keep an open mind, even while we Yahweh only. This is serious. Shelly Vasquez says, at Yeshiva the Hebrew, oh gosh, I don't know if I can handle it. I bet they are so mesmerizing to see. Truth Hurt says Elijah was taken away by a chariot of fire. 2 Kings 2:11. Indeed he was. We got Brother Charles Edwards in the building. What's good, fam? Charles Edwards says, lie about everything. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. You're absolutely right, Charles Edwards. They lie about everything. And good to see you, brother. Charles Edwards, Shalom, and Todd next to you, bro. Hope all is well, fam. Shelly Vasquez says, at Truth Hurts, another great precept. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, truth hurts exactly. 100. It's a possibility we are living in a time of anyway now. Truth Hurts says Ezekiel's vision of the wheel within the wheel, Ezekiel 1. Yeah. Yeshiva the Hebrew says Shelly Vasquez, for real, for real. Yeah. And you know it's crazy? I've been telling some of my people, some of my family members, for the last 2 years. This one particular family member, I've been telling them that soon, I don't know what it's gonna be, but we all gonna be in for a big reveal. I don't know exactly what that big reveal is, but whatever it is, it's gonna be major and it's gonna be big. Nobody's gonna be able to sweep it under the rug. Nobody's gonna be able to lie to you about it, because it's something that we all gonna see. You're going to be able to just probably just come outside and just look and see some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen. And nobody will have to tell you about it, because we'll all see something. Some kind of big reveal. It's coming soon. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it'll be this right here. I don't know. But I've been telling my folks that for the last 2 years. Whatever it is, at some point we're going to get a big reveal. It's going to be scary too. And they're not going to be able to hide it. Shelly Vasquez says, at Charles Edwards, Shalom, We got Brother King David into his house. King David says, Todd Vex, got to do a catch. Been at gym, just finishing my workout with light 1 hour cardio, 30 minutes to go. And I just seen that on my feed today. Got to check it out. Then you have a live on it. Hey, that's crazy, King David. How crazy is that? Todd Vex to you, Brother King David. Good to see you, man. That's right. Get your workout in, brother. Charles Edwards says, Todd Vex, my sis. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, time of any day now, I meant, F Truth Hurts. Shelly says, Shalom, Ak, at King David. King David says, Todd Vex, and he points up to Shelly. We got Chief up in the building. Chief Angelohi says, Shalom. Shalom to you, Chief. What's good, brother? Always good to see you, fam. Hope all is well with you. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shalom, at King David. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Todd Vex. King David says, Todd Vex, and he points up to Yeshiva. King David says, Todd Vex, and he points up to Yeshiva. Tessa Yah in his house says, look up for our safety. Bring it out. What's good, Tessa Yah? Baruchings to you. Shelly Vasquez says, at Chief Angelohi, Shalom. Shelly Vasquez says, at Tessa Yah, Shalom, sis. Good to see you here. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, we need to be prepared, though, with the armor of Yah, no matter what. Exactly. And you know what? Just pray to the Most High that whatever this is, maybe it's nothing. If it's nothing, okay, cool. If it's nothing, at least we know something that it is. It's definitely a sign and a wonder in the heavens. If any of us are able to see that, that's a sign and a wonder. And definitely if something actually happens, God forbid this thing should crash into the earth. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying. Just because they tell us that it's guaranteed it won't, that don't mean shit. Because they lie all the time. You know what I mean? So you better be turning back to the Most High. If you don't get nothing else from this, that's a sign to turn back to the Most High. This thing is, they said this thing is billions of years old. They said that this thing is older than the earth. They said that it's coming from another galaxy. Do y'all hear? Do you know what that means? It's like a superhero movie. This thing did travel for millions or billions of years across other galaxies. And it just happens to show up on planet Earth the same time you and me are alive. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. This thing has traveled for billions of years, family, only to show up in our lifetime from another galaxy. Tessa Yah says, at Shelly, peace and Baruchans. Shelly says, at Mr. Real Talk, I agree. They have lied about so many things to keep us distracted. Yes. Tessa Yah says, I'm happy to see the family together again. Me as well, Tessa Yah. I love the family. That's why we do this, y'all. It's love. Because don't none of us have to be here right now. Look, I didn't have to come on here and go live. Y'all didn't have to come in here in the live. You didn't have to come in the comment section, but we all gathering together because we want to. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desire. Shelly Vasquez says, Yeshiva the Hebrew, you are absolutely correct, sis. Tessa Yah says, April 8th was all about Yasserala. Yes, it was, Tessa Yah. Yes. Shelly Vasquez says, at Tessa Yah, many Baruchans to you and peace with prosperity. Tessa Yah says, what if it's Abiah's army he spoke about in Joel 2, 1 and 18? As with the rumbling of chariots, they leap on the tops of the mountains, like the crackling of a flame of fire devouring the stubble. Hey, yo, hey, Tessa Yah, it might be, it could be. We don't know. And that is something. What if it is that, though? You know what I'm telling you? This thing is seeming more like a superhero movie. Like, with each passing day, it seems more and more like a superhero, DC Comics, Marvel comic kind of movie. Superman, Batman, X-Men, the Justice League kind of stuff. This is insane. That the fact that this thing, and they say it's moving with intelligence. It's not just randomly moving. Not just randomly moving. They said it's older than planet Earth, older than our galaxy. Do you hear me, family? Wouldn't that be crazy, though, if that thing did slam into planet Earth, though? Can you imagine? Could y'all imagine that, though? Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shalom, sis Tessa Yah. Well, I got to tell y'all about this dream I had. It wasn't recent. This probably was like, I'm going to say maybe 5 years ago, maybe 5 to 6 years ago, I had this dream. I never told nobody about it, y'all, but I'm about to tell y'all about it right now. Tessa Yah says, like a powerful army. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Shalom, sis Tessa Yah. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, happy to see you too, sis Tessa Yah. Truth Hurt says, Job chapter 9 is heavy on sky watching as ancient wisdom. Everything they think they know, they stole from our ancient celestial teachings. Yeah, they did, Truth Hurts. Bring it out, Truth Hurts. Tessa Yah says at Yeshiva, hey girl, how you doing? Truth Hurts says, hidden stars, planets reveal the Most High's timing. Yep. Shelly Vasquez says at Tessa Yah, that would be amazing to witness. I know you're going to say, woo, when he come through with that BTA. Woo! Hey, Tessa Yah, you get us hyped up when you hit that joint, Tessa Yah. King David says, that great reveal going to be scary, and the day all evil will be destroyed. I mean, every ounce will be BK'd and Israelites on top, even though that one fool I ran into came back and said, Yah cast us away for good. He don't know verse he said for a little while, but they took it too far. Now got to pay. Basically trying to say that law over with, everybody under Christ now. Laughing emoji. Yeah, King David, they love that one. I know a lot of Christians, they love that point of view. Right there that you just said. They gonna find out though. You see what the Hebrew says. Charles Edwards, Shalom. Chester Yah says, as Shelly, I'm going to cut up. Woo! Woos will be said and will be loud. King David says, okay, I read that. Shelly says, at Chester Yah, that's right, sis. It's going to be a showdown. That's right. Shelly Vasquez says, at King David, a lot going to go down for sure. You see what the Hebrew says, I'm doing great, sis. Glad to be here with y'all at Tessa. Truth Her says, the ancients knew how to read the omens. Yep. Especially the heathens, because it usually means destruction for them. Our festivals revolved around the new moon. Made the heavens are literally coded. Yeah, they are. But they didn't scare us so much and made us think it's evil to try to look up there. They scared us straight. King David says, facts, says Shelly Vasquez. Tessa Yah says, that Truth Hurts, you are right. Tessa Yah says, dream, And I'm about to tell y'all this dream I had. It was like 5-6 years ago. And look, it wasn't a good one. It was not a good one. But it's making me think about it now, think about talking about all this stuff in the sky. You see what the Hebrew says, if it is Tessa Yah, I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. Are y'all ready if it is? Hey, I want this place to come to an end, and I do want the kingdom of the Most High to come in, and I want us to be saved. And the quicker, I know it's going to be painful. I know it's going to be scary as a mother. You know what I'm saying? But it got to happen. If we want to get salvation, it has to happen. So, yeah, let's let it go. Let's let it go. Shelly Vasquez says, at Truth Hurts, big facts, 100. You see what the Hebrew says, no, I can't, Mr. Real Talk. Truth Hurts says, Tessa Yah, don't the Most High know the end from the beginning? He may have programmed the timeline into the heavens, like how we code with computers. Everything they do is a cheap knockoff of the Most High. Tessa Yah says that Yeshiva will be tired of these folks. They need to go. Yeah, they do. I just wanted to have this live stream though to ask y'all, what did y'all think it was? Right now, September is coming tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And they're saying like October the 29th is going to be like very close to the sun. And they're saying you might be able to see something between October 29th and the 31st. And then I heard him say definitely like a date that they're looking at is December 17th is like the end all be all, if I'm not mistaken. But more and more information is coming out about this thing like every day as it is fastly approaching planet Earth. And I'm telling you, they said this thing just came out of nowhere because it literally came from another galaxy. Do y'all understand what that means? See, I've watched a lot of superhero movies throughout my life. Some of them in superhero cartoon movies. And do you know how many times I've been watching like a Justice League or Superman or Marvel Comics movie, and then way out there in another galaxy, it starts off as an asteroid or a comet, and then it just suddenly appears in another galaxy because it goes through like a portal of something, whatever you want to call it. Every single time that I saw one of those movies like that, and it was a comet or asteroid, whatever it was, if it ever made it all the way to planet Earth and made contact with the Earth, it was never a good thing. It was always looked like a comet, right? But once it would get to the Earth, you would find out it was actually other beings, another being from another realm, another galaxy or whatever. And they were never peaceful. Now I know that's some movies and all that stuff, but I'm just saying though, some of this stuff they pull from movies, in these movies and stuff, they're getting from reality. If you know they do that kind of thing, right? I say that to say this. I've been knowing that we're not alone on this planet Earth. Plenty of ancient societies have pictures on walls and caves where they got depictions of people seeing other worldly entities or beings coming down the planet Earth. Sometimes they said they was in flying machines, maybe sometimes not. But the point is, there have been stories, ancient stories of people on planet Earth. Ancient civilizations said that things came from the sky. Beings. It's a lot going on out here, y'all. And they lied to us. They've been lying to us since Genesis, y'all. Tessa Y'all says we have a blood moon eclipse, the 7th and the 8th. Eclipse on the 21st. Now y'all know. Get the heck out of here. And if I'm not mistaken, they say like December 17th, that thing is supposed to be like as close as it's going to get, if I'm not mistaken. More information to be coming out about it though, but just look at that though. Truth Hurt says, what if it activates the black sun? The righteous sun will come with healing in his wings. Malachi chapter 4 and 2. Maybe then we'll be truly restored like superheroes. Hey y'all, it's crazy that we can even have these conversations, y'all. One thing that we can definitely know for sure, it ain't nobody in this live chat, regardless of whether something happens or not. It ain't nobody in this live chat that's going to be convinced that this is not some kind of sign and wonder from the Most High. Genesis 1 and 14. This thing is literally, they're saying that this thing has been traveling for billions of years. What are the chances that it would show up now when you and me are alive? Do you understand this, Hebrew? What are the chances of this thing showing up? You mean to tell me this thing been traveling for billions of years? This thing been traveling for billions of years and it's going to get around here in our lifetime? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Well, all of the stuff that we know now, look, I can see if we didn't know nothing. And look, I'm not saying that we the smartest people on planet Earth and that we know everything, because nobody knows everything. But we know more than Joe Blow. We know a lot more than Joe Blow. And I know for a fact, it ain't nobody in this live stream that will be convinced that this is not a major sign and a wonder. Genesis 1 and 14. This thing been traveling for billions of years, and it's going to pull up while you and me are alive? What are the chances of that, family? You can call it coincidence if you want to. Ain't no such thing as a coincidence. This is a major sign and a major wonder. You think that comet or 3-eye atlas, whatever it is, you think that thing ain't bringing energies with it, vibrations with it? We already feeling energies and vibrations from it, and it ain't even here yet. Truth Her says, oh, it's definitely something. Truth Her says, a time such as this. That's right. Shelly Vasquez says, a lot of shifts are happening for sure. 100. Facts, Shelly. Truth Her says, anybody else getting a ringing in their ears lately? I have. I definitely have. On and off all my life I've had that. Truth Hurts. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, yes, sister. They ass gotta go at Tessa Yah. Tessa Yah says, tell us the dream, I'm curious. I asked Abba Yah to give me the ability to interpret dreams like Joseph. I'm excited. I got you, Tessa Yah. I'm about to tell y'all this dream. Look, it's not a long one. It's not a long one, and it's not a good one. Okay, this was a terrible dream. Shelly Vasquez says, I have gotten the ringing too. One day we're gonna find out what that's about. But y'all, this dream that I had, this was like 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, like 5, 6 years ago when I had this dream. Hey y'all, when I say this dream was not good, Tessa y'all says maybe bad for them, but good for us. I was terrified. Hey, look, it's a short dream, but it was straight and direct. Y'all know how sometimes dreams, you don't even know how you got to where you are. Your dream just starts and you're just at this random place. This what it was, right? This dream, right? I'm at this random place. Look, it's nighttime too. This is how my dream starts, family. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It's short, but it was very scary. And the reason it got me thinking about it right now because all the stuff going on in the skies and the heavens, this 3-eye atlas thing and so forth, right? The dream just starts off. It's nighttime. I'm outside, right? I don't even know where I was at. It seemed like I was in unfamiliar territory. Yeah, I don't know where I was at. I wasn't in my neighborhood. I wasn't in no neighborhood that I know. This was like I want to say this was maybe not completely rural, but maybe somewhat rural. Yeah, I do definitely want to say it had to be somewhat rural, and it was dark outside, right? If I'm lying and I'm dying. I'm walking, right? And this is how I knew it was somewhat rural, because like a lot of trees and stuff at night, that was like, only now looking back on it, that was giving me a chance to hide and giving me a chance to get away. I'm walking, right? All of a sudden I'm walking, something say, hey, slow down and look up. I slowed down. I kid y'all not. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I slowed down. I looked up to my left. If I'm lying, I'm dying, y'all. The best way I can describe this, like a big old bus. But it wasn't a bus because it was in the sky. It was almost like a shuttle. But, I would say we would call it a so-called UFO, a spaceship, right? Because it wasn't a plane. It wasn't a helicopter. When I say this thing was huge, this thing was huge. Look, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think this thing was white, if I'm not mistaken. It was like gray. It wasn't white, it was gray. Grayish enough that I could tell the difference from that and the sky. Because remember, it was nighttime, okay? And so the sky's black, all these trees at nighttime. I looked up and I saw this thing pull up. It was, when I say this thing was huge, hey y'all, I'm talking about almost maybe the size of a football stadium. Imagine a bus, a shuttle bus, like the size of a football stadium. But it wasn't tall. It was more so flat. Okay? This thing pulled up. So I looked, right? Now off the break, I'm like, what the hell is that? And the hatch opened up. Hey family, if I'm lying, I'm dying. A hatch opened up. And I don't know how many of them it was, y'all. It was hundreds or thousands. These things were demons, family. Listen to me. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I never told nobody this dream. And when I had that dream scared the hell out of me. That hatch opened up. I told you, this thing, imagine like a football stadium. Something as big as a football stadium, but not tall, but more so flat, with a little bit of shape to it. Opened up a hatch, and you know how like a U.S. Army, you ride over a place, open up the door to the helicopter, and soldiers start jumping out. This UFO or spaceship, whatever you want to call it, opened up a door, and I'm telling y'all, it was either hundreds or thousands. I don't remember how many of them were. It was a never-ending stream, because once the stream started coming out, the stream didn't stop. Y'all, it was demons. And look, I couldn't see their face. I couldn't see detail. All I saw was silhouettes, black shadows. You could see the head, 2 arms, and 2 feet. And they didn't have no parachute or nothing. They was just all jumping out of that hatch. It was hundreds of them, probably thousands of them. It was a non-ending stream jumping out that hatch. When I looked up and saw that, I said, "Oh shit!" And look, it was far enough off in the distance where I was able to it was a good distance between me and that ship. And with all these trees out here, nighttime, I was like, okay, I can get away from these guys. But when I say I was terrified, because it was a never-ending stream. When I saw that never-ending stream of demons jumping out of that spaceship or whatever it was, and all I could see was the silhouettes. But you could see enough to see a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. And you could tell they were very happy. They were very happy. They were enthusiastic. Like, I could feel their spirit. I could tell they were getting ready to tear this place apart. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm like, yo. And they're sneaking in under the cover of nightfall. That spaceship pulled up, opened up that hatch, and then all those demons just started coming down to the earth. And look, as they were like hitting the earth, I could tell every time a demon would land down, because you would feel the earth shake. And since it was an unending stream of demons coming out of that thing, like, the earth was just like rattling. And I was like, oh shit, this place is going to be completely overrun, overtaken with demons. And I remember I just took off running. And I remember when I woke up, I was so thankful to the Most High God that was just a dream. I was terrified, petrified. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm telling you, when I woke up, that was one of them dreams. I ain't never been so happy to wake up in my life. I was petrified. I was like, yo, what the hell? Just like a metro subway pulling up in the sky, open up a hatch, and then just a whole bunch of demons. At least that's what I perceived them to be, because I couldn't see their faces. But I did see the silhouettes. You could see a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. And they were jumping out of that spaceship or whatever. And you could tell they were very happy and zealous. Like, they was like, I could feel their spirits. And they was getting ready to tear something up. I ain't gonna never forget that joint. Let me read these comments though, and then I'm gonna let y'all good people get up out of here. Shelly Vasquez says, I have gotten the ringing too. Tessa Yan says, maybe bad for them, but good for us. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, yes, my ears for sure at Truth Hurts. King David says, right before September, my body was doing a healing process. I mean, out the blue, start getting out mucus and all. Now I feel extra good and light, like my body did a quick detox for what's about to come. Wow. Hey, wow, King David. Wow. Truth Hurts says, when I was little, I had a dream. I was sitting on the roof of my house and the sky was literally falling. I could reach up and touch the planets with the tip of my finger. Just barely. It was beautiful. What? It was also terrifying. I bet. Just thinking about that. Hey, them dreams be feeling so real though. Them dreams be feeling so real. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, King David, keep going. You're becoming very powerful spiritually. Then physically, the mucus has to go. That's right. Tessa Yan says, an army that cannot be killed. I've heard this dream before. Whoa, Tessa Yan. Whoa. Hey, whoa, Tessa Yan. I gotta read this again. Tessa Yan says, an army that cannot be killed. I've heard this dream before. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That Joe Josh shaking me up right there. I ain't gonna lie. Just to read what I've read so far, that comment by Tessa Yah, hey, it's kind of shaking me up. A army that cannot be killed. I've heard this dream before. Once a little boy said these beings were listening to rap music. I was like, them, us. Hey, yo, this is insane. Wow. And Shiva the Hebrew says at King David, good energy is power. Without good energy, what can you do? Nothing. Tessayah says, Abayah said this is his army, but they will not touch those who have the mark of Abba on their forehead. Wow. And you know what? You know what? That's crazy, Tessayah. That's crazy that you can say that, because you know what? In my mind, because I was scared, the first thing I want to say, oh, they're demons. But they never told me that they were demons, but I was afraid. So you know what? I guess that might be just me painting them out to be demons, because I ain't never seen nothing like that. This thing pulled up, y'all. This thing was like the size of a football stadium. Can you imagine being in a dream and see something the size of a football stadium pull up, and you look up and be like, what the hell is that? And then a hatch open up, and then all these things just start coming out. Y'all, I was petrified. Shelly Vasquez says, wow, that is a powerful dream, Hey, it was definitely petrifying and terrifying. Truth Her says, this dream sounds like the alien invasion that white people want so bad. I've heard this dream before too. What the hell? It'll be the end of them at any rate, and Jacob is the beginning. What the hell? This is really freaking me out. I got 2 people that said they've heard this dream before. What in the hell? Hey, y'all, that's really, it's freaking me out. Shaking me up, so to speak. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely shaking up at the moment. King David says, word at Yeshiva the Hebrew. I wasn't even sick, no flu, cold, no nothing. Just detoxing, only that small headache which come with detox, which only lasts a day, and I was good in 4 days with the mucus. That's something, King David. Wow. Hey, we living in some wild times, fam. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, at Mr. Real Talk, believe it or not, you were really there for whatever reason you were there. And that's crazy. Because I be thinking that too. I be thinking that, I know some people are going to say, oh man, you going too far. I'm not saying maybe not with every dream, but I be thinking that sometimes these dreams we be having, we think it be a dream, but I think that we really be, I know it sounds crazy, but I really think sometimes we really be at these places, or whatever it is that we seeing going on. It seems like a dream because we sleep, but this world is nothing like what they told us, y'all. And when you go to sleep, your body shuts down, but your spirit is very much alive. And they've lied to you about the spiritual realm, how it operates. They lie about everything. It's just, I know that dream scared the hell out of me. Like I said, imagine being at nighttime outside in a place you don't even know where the hell you at. It's dark, a lot of trees around, and you look up and see something as big as a damn football stadium in the sky pull up. Soon as that jump pulled up, I'm like, oh hell no. The hell is this? And then that hatch opened up, and then there was an unlimited stream, y'all. Them things was coming out of that hatch. Like I said, because it was nighttime too. You could see silhouettes though. A head, 2 arms, and 2 feet. And they was just jumping out feet first with hands in the air. And you could tell they were happy to be here. They were glad to pull up. They were feeling very good about pulling up like that. And every time one of them would hit the ground, like the earth would shake. And since it was an unlimited stream, hundreds or even thousands of these things, the earth was just like rumbling with them falling out of the sky, out of that thing, onto the earth. And as soon as I saw them things falling out, I'm like, oh, hell no. I took off running. I was terrified. I ain't never seen nothing like that. And I did not realize that was a dream. I thought that was real. I didn't know where I was at, but I know that something big as a stadium not supposed to be pulling up in the sky and letting off all these things. I was petrified. I woke up. I was so glad. I was so glad that was a so-called dream. Let me see. But I feel you, Yeshiva the Hebrew. King David says, I remember Earth was telling me what to take, forgot the stuff, but still got well quick. Hey, that's what's up, yo. That's what I love about our brotherhood and sisterhood. We like to share with each other so we can help each other. King David says, facts. We need that mark, but JC said that mark of Yah is evil. JC is really a op of the Most High Yah and try to throw you off here and there, which serve the Father only. But double back, serve him though. Exactly. He real catchy and slick with his wordplay. You see what the Hebrew says? At hallelujah, Tessa Yah. King David says to show proof, laughing emoji. Yeah, he real slick with his wordplay, King David. He knows how to get people caught up and to get people to follow him. Truth First says most of the beings that the Most High creates would be horrifying to us, like biblical angels. Facts. That's why the first thing an angel always says is, don't be afraid. And you know what, Truth First? You're right. And it's crazy how, look, I always say that to myself, and I know that in theory, right? So could it be that those things that I saw hopping out of that, whatever that thing was that pulled up in the sky, could it be that those things were actually the angels of the Most High, but angels look terrifying? And they was too far away to tell me anything. But they was close enough to scare the hell out of me, but far enough away where I was like, okay, maybe I can get away. Because I could tell these things were here. They would get ready to destroy the earth. I could definitely feel that. Anything in their wake was getting ready to get crushed. Like I could feel it. I was petrified. Shelly Vasquez says, at King David, right, that JC is straight up garbage. We got Oma. Oma thinks that it's wormwood. Okay, Oma. Okay, Oma says wormwood. And check this out. Now, I don't believe I've ever seen you on this channel before, Oma. So first off, I would like to say welcome to the channel, Oma. I don't know whether you're a brother or a sister, but whoever you are, welcome to this channel, Oma. This is an Old Testament only, Torah only, Tanakh only channel, right? But here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, Oma, because wormwood is talked about in the book of Revelation. And here's the thing. This channel, we don't believe in the New Testament. We don't believe in the blood of Christ or none of that stuff, right? But however, and this is only for those of you who can receive this, because I know many people can't. We don't believe in the New Testament, but however, we know that the people who made the New Testament, they steal the majority of their material from the Old Testament and then they twist it, okay? They want everything in the New Testament to be based on JC and anything to get you to bow down and follow him. Now, however, there is a prophecy in the book of Revelation about wormwood. Now, I'm just wondering, family, could it possibly be that a prophecy like wormwood could be correct, even though it's in Revelation, but they took that from us, one of our many holy records, took it, put it in the book of Revelation, and then added lies to it to try to twist and try to turn and to get you thrown off? Because you couldn't even have a New Testament twist if it wasn't for the Old Testament. Many things in the New Testament are things that they're pulling from the Old Testament and then they're diluting it and twisting it and perverting it. And what I'm saying to you, do you guys think that it could be possible that prophecy that's in the book of Revelation, the part where it talks about wormwood, it ain't got nothing to do with Christ or nothing, but it's talking about a rock that is, according to the book of Revelation, was said it was going to come out of the sky, and it says it was going to hit the earth, and it says that many people will die because of that. I know y'all familiar with that. Could it be that this three-eye atlas, could it be that that is wormwood? And look, don't go off the deep end. Of course we don't believe in Christ. Of course we don't believe in Yeshua. Of course we don't buy into the New Testament. But here's the thing. They can't give you 100% lies because that'd be too easy to see through. They got to sprinkle some truth in the lies to get you to believe it. And what I'm asking y'all, I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm asking you, could it be possible that that prophecy in Revelation about wormwood, if y'all familiar with that, because I used to be a New Testament Messianic Hebrew, I'm familiar with the book of Revelation and other writings in the New Testament, and I remember it talked about a rock that was going to come out of the sky and it was going to fall into the sea, and many people would be killed because of that. I'm just saying, could it be? Because just because they say that this thing is guaranteed not to hit the earth, that don't mean it's not true. This thing could smack right into the earth. We don't know. That's why we got to turn to the Most High God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and we will be okay, whatever happens. Yeshua says, you are whatever your spirit is, even when you're sleeping at Mr. Real Talk, but you're back here when you wake up. I meant wherever I meant at Mr. Real Talk. I got you. Wherever you at in your dreams, you really are there. But when you wake up, you come back to this realm right here, right? That's what it sounds like you saying. I believe that. Let me see. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, no. Omer says, we are about to be separated. It definitely feels like we on the verge of something, either way. Definitely. Tessayah says, in the Sefer and Joel, it says, an army of unkillable giants are coming, but it's not in our books. Wow. Do y'all see that? Tessayah says, in the Sefer and Joel, it says, an army of unkillable giants are coming, but it's not in our books. Family, did you just hear that? Hey, y'all, what a time to be alive, y'all. Omer says, Gog of Magog. Omer says, God sent them January 21st, 2019. Shelly Vasquez says, at Omer Shalom, I agree that big separation is coming, 100. Shelly says, at Tessayah, bring it out, sis. Omer says, I was contacted and told to repent 3 days and 3 nights. Omer, what do you mean? What do you mean you was contacted, Omer? Omer, whoa. What do you mean, Omer? Omer says, I was contacted and told to repent 3 days and 3 nights. Omer, who contacted you, Omer? If you don't mind me asking. Brother or sister, Omer, are you a brother or a sister, Omer? So we know how to address you. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Are you subscribed to the channel, Omer? King David says, facts. With them angels, even the righteous ones look more scary than the exorcist, which is crazy part, coming at you to snuff you, especially idol worshippers and the Baal Hashem too. Facts. Omer says, shalom, shalom. Shalom to you, Omer. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, exactly, King David. Truth Hurt says, Mr. Real Talk, You were afraid but unharmed, and not in any real danger in the dream. We are the observers now. We will witness the judgment coming up on the inhabitants of the earth in reality, and maybe dreams too. Wow. Wow. Wow, Truther. Hey, Truthers. Wow. Wow. And I'm telling y'all, that dream scared the hell out of me. I was freaking terrified. I ain't gonna never forget that joint. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, whoa, that makes sense. Because why would the Most High allow you to see this at Mr. Real Talk? Hey, Yeshiva the Hebrew, that's what I was asking myself. I was freaking petrified. Y'all, this thing that pulled up in the sky was big as a football stadium, y'all. And it was filled with these things. It was filled with them, y'all. Hey, y'all, it was filled with them, y'all. Once that hatch opened out and they started jumping out, they never started coming out because there was so many of them. As soon as I seen them things, I'm like, oh, hell no. I started booking. As imagine being in a place where you don't even know where you at. It's at nighttime. You by yourself. You see all these things coming out of this thing as big as a football field parked in the sky. That thing pulled up and parked in the sky. That was crazy, Yeshiva the Hebrew. Omer says, the Spirit spoke to me in my fire. I captured it with my phone. Wow. Wow, Omer. Wow, Omer. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, because they didn't hurt you at Mr. Real Talk. Facts. Facts. Omer says, 3i could be the worldwide awakening. Who knows? Yeshiva the Hebrew says, at Omer, Shalom. Tessayah says, Jeremiah 9 and 15 and 23 and 15. The prophet Jeremiah declares that Yahweh will feed his people with wormwood and give them poisonous water to drink. Hey, y'all. Is that where the book of Revelation got that from? See, y'all? So maybe that's not. Because look, here's the thing. The New Testament is designed solely to turn you into an idol worshiper. But they have to put some truth in there. They can't give you 100% lies. That'd be too easy for you to dodge that. They got to mix some truth in there. Do you see this right here? Is not this the same thing that the book of Revelation says? Because people are going to die according to Revelation, when wormwood smashes into planet Earth. Lots of people are going to die, and they're also going to die because of the water. It says that the waters would be poisoned and that the waters would be bitter and that many people would die because of it. Now here Tessayah is putting Jeremiah 9 and 15 and 23 and 15. The prophet Jeremiah declares that Yahweh will feed his people with wormwood and give them poisonous water to drink. Family, could this be wormwood? Look, if this is wormwood, that means this thing is going to hit the planet Earth. Hey, y'all. Be ready for whatever, fam. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Omer could be. Truth Her says the Old Testament is for the Most High's chosen people. The New Testament is for Lucifer's chosen people. The Most High has prophecies, and so does Lucifer. He wants to be like the Most High, and he is the prince of the power of the air. He can make prophecy come true too. Facts. Yeshiva the Hebrew says Tessayah. Yeah. Yeshiva the Hebrew says truth hurts. Facts. 100. Omer says, I've literally had angels come to me. I am to warn everyone. Repentance 3 days and 3 nights. Omer says, Gog of Magog. Truth Her says, Tessayah, you know giants can smell bloodlines. Remember on the cartoons when you was little? Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell something, something, something. Do y'all remember that? I can't remember the rest, but the giants on the cartoons when you was a little kid, when somebody used to be in the giant's castle trying to hide, and the giant was looking for him, he would go, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell something, something. Omer says, they came to me and I had proof. Oma says several angels and gods. Truth Her says fee fi fo fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Wow. 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 Truth Her says, Tessa Yah says at Truth Hers, laughing emoji. King David says, crazy all this shit happening and niggas say you wicked, placing all your faith and safety in Yah like he said to do, shaking my head. Exactly, King David. It's crazy, ain't it? Tessa Yah says, at Oma, what did these visitors look like? Describe, please. Oma says God was sent by God, and in the end, God killed him all and collect them for sacred burial. Oma says they look like fire in the sky. Oma says I share on my channel. Oma says I subscribe, sir. Okay, Oma. Hey, Oma, we're gonna have to go check your channel out, Oma. Appreciate you subscribing, sir. We definitely gonna go check out your channel. And Oma, if you don't mind, once this live stream uploads, come back to the comments section, Oma, and post the link to your channel in case we had trouble finding it. Yeshiva the Hebrew says the worldwide awakening is happening now. Facts. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, our Father said he would destroy this planet with fire. The Father said he would destroy this planet with fire. Oma says, I have so much to share. Hey, Oma, I'm about to end this live stream in a second. When it uploads, come back and leave a link to your channel in the comment section so we can go over there and check you out. Oma says Gog are misunderstood nowadays. You know what? Damn near everything has been misunderstood. But we're going to get some straightening around here. Truth Her says, and Esau will be stubble. That's right. Yeshiva the Hebrew says they can smell what they want, but they will not mess with us. If anything, if y'all tell them to help us, that's what they will do. Facts. King David says, Tom Vex, everyone about to hit shower. I ain't gonna hear it over this loud ass shower. Y'all be safe, trusting y'all only, none else. Y'all only, undefeated strength emoji. That's right. And I see a very sacred number in here, 12, 12. 12 people watching, 12 likes. Truth Her says, take care, y'all, and much love, loving emoji. I love all of y'all. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Shelly says, all praises to the Most High Yah. Hey, Yeshiva the Hebrew, Shelly Vasquez, please come back in a couple of minutes when this thing uploads and leave a link to y'all channels in the comment section. You too, Oma, leave the link to your channel in the comment section when it uploads so people can come and check y'all out. Oma says, God were sent and now they mirror our image. You good, they good, and V. Shelly Vasquez says, Tav X. Tav X to you, Shelly, and Tav X to you all. Catch you on the next one. Peace.